Becky and Brian Wagner from Lake Elmo, Minnesota.
Yep. Hey, Nathan Rose, Tampa Bay, Florida.
Welcome to the call, guys. Welcome to the call.
Jake and Nick Baker, Naval.
Welcome to the call.
Their name Joseph Straussky, Stevens, Wisconsin.
Welcome to the call.
Troy and Shelley Bundy, Ellsworth, Wisconsin.
Welcome to the call, guys.
Adler, Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome, welcome. So, guys, Nathan France, Visionary Ambassador. Hey, Tony, I see you loud and looking good, brother. Guys, we got a packed lineup tonight. We got Diamond Tony Morrow. We got Diamond Eric Knockleby. The Frances. We're sitting here at a packed house in Wayzata, Minnesota. Guys, as you come on the call, name where you're calling in from, but get somebody on this call. We've got the intel. You're going to want it. Last call, name where you're calling in from.
Lynn,
Ontario, Canada.
Sitting here at a packed house in Wayzata, Minnesota. Guys, as you come on the call, name where you're calling in from, but get somebody on this call. Intel, you're going to want it. Last call.
Hello?
All right, Bobby, mute this bad boy whenever you're ready.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Good evening, everybody. Nathan and Jennifer France, Visionary Ambassadors with Evolv Health. We're coming to you live from a packed house in Wayzata, Minnesota. Guys, it's November. It's game time. It's go time. Training events popping up all over the place, including a BBS Business Building Seminar live November 14th here in Minneapolis, but it gets better. Troy and Tricia Soini in Ohio. Jennifer France tomorrow night in Minot, North Dakota. Guys, there's never been a better time to be part of the Hope Movement as we move toward our goal next year of, look, aggressive expansion, 100 new diamonds coming out of these type of calls. Guys, there's a Monday night training call, 8 p.m. Central every Monday night, 11 a.m. Central every Saturday after morning. Uevolvcenter.com/live is where you can watch this event live and see us. It just feels different. So if you can jump on live, jump on now, but let's go ahead and bring the heat. Guys, we've got an aggressive lineup tonight. I'm just going to get right into it. For those of you who don't know our first speaker tonight, this guy's special. One of my dearest friends, I actually met him when he was 20 years old, walk on for the Gophers. This guy's an engineering major. He's one of the smartest people I actually know, period. Diamond Tony Morrow, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, can you hear me okay, Nate?
Tony, you're coming in loud and clear. I love the pumpkins. I love the new place. Dude, what do you got for us tonight?
Awesome. Well, hey, Nate, my job right now is to clear up and really show everybody how easy it is to qualify for the Focus 2016 event. So if you haven't heard, we have a Focus 2016 event. It's a leadership event. And there's a couple of different ways to qualify to be there. Now, I don't want you to get bogged down on the details. There's going to be a bunch of details that are sent out later this week in an email. You're going to get all those, and everybody in your team is going to get those. But I do want to talk about a couple of ways to qualify. So right now, there's some really, really cool incentives going on. So the first way, probably the easiest way to qualify is just by going Ruby. You go Ruby, you're automatically qualified to go to the Focus 2016 event. Now the dates, January 1st and 2nd in Dallas, Texas. So if you're planning your travel, start looking at some flights, start looking at whether, you got to take off work a couple of days, but January 1st and 2nd are the dates in Dallas, Texas. First way to qualify is just by going Ruby. That's the easiest, simplest way to do it, and you're not going to be upset about going Ruby. Second way. So now for everybody that completed their go-getter in October, if you notice in our current incentives right now, the first incentive, there's a bonus prize. So if you complete a go-getter in both October and November, you get a couple of extra bonus points, but you qualify to attend the Focus 16 Leadership Summit. So you don't even have to go Ruby. but you just have to complete a go-getter in October. So if you already did that, now you just complete another go-getter here in November and you're qualified to go. It's pretty cool. If you go down to the third incentive, now all of these things, uevolvcenter.com /incentives. The third incentive, it's called the Hope Giver. So it says here, if you complete a new Hope Giver in the qualifying period, you qualify and you get a free ticket for the Focus 16 event. So if you're not sure what Hope Giver is, talk to your upline. It's really, really simple, but a couple of different ways that people are missing on qualifying, because there's a couple of people I talked to in the last week that are qualified for Focus 16 and they had no idea that they were qualified. So reach out to your team members, everybody that's not on the call. If you are on the call, awesome, congratulations. You probably may have already qualified. But with that, I'm going to kick it back to you, Nate.
Tony, absolutely love it, brother. I love your strategies. I love your approach. People make big decisions at big events. That's just a fact. That Focus 16, I remember doing an event like that with a handful of rubies. Jerry Myron, Ryan Chamberlain, Eric Golden. I mean, I can count on two hands who would have went to what was the equivalent of the first Focus 16. Guys, there's hundreds of rubies now all over North America that came out of that event. Absolutely book it. Get your ticket to Dallas. Set your intention, and life will never be the same. So, guys, uevolvcenter.com. That's our training hub. So if you got nothing out of this call tonight, the videos, the content, the calendar, the information that Tony just laid out, there's Visionary Ambassador Brig Hart on there literally laying out Hope Maker versus Hope Giver, right? You've got Diamond Eric Golden on there absolutely crushing it on how to build a binary. You got Ryan Chamberlain on there, how to set your intention, how to prospect. You have all of those things at your access. But I'll let you in on a secret. There's one more thing. Uevolvcenter.com, there's a special program on there called the Gold Membership. It's our book of the month. There isn't a book on there that a top leader in this company could not point to and say, hey, I made an extra $10,000 that 1 month because of the nuggets I learned in that book. It's that good. It's that high a level of intel. Guys, get gold. Here's the last thing. When you get gold, there's going to be points associated with that. We're going to cover those a minute. So guys, why we talk tonight, don't be afraid to pull up uevolvcenter.com, because we're going to be talking about how to qualify for this next round of vacations. And I know you all want a vacation because up here in Minnesota, it's already snowed once. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to our next speaker. I met this guy through a former Minnesota Twin and a guy who had actually brought one of the largest franchises in North America to Minnesota. Torn ACL, torn meniscus, had some incredible results on the products. And he just started asking the right questions. He's got a finance major. He's a former professional baseball player from Minnesota, originally from Roseville, now Blaine, Minnesota, the one and only Diamond, Eric Knockleby. Eric, what do you got for us, brother?
Well, we happen to be in the same house, same time, so that's always cool when you get to hang out at the Francis. What I got tonight to kick it off is number 61. And it's 61 days, that is, until Hope Day 2016. So 61 days is what I want everybody to think about. And, you know, a quick story. I've told this story before, but, you know, I think back to 2 years ago. If Ryan Chamberlain's on this call, he would remember Eric Golden, Tony, Joel, people that have been around for a couple years now, Bill. 2 years ago, almost to the day, there was an event in Minneapolis. It was Go Diamond Weekend 2013. Believe it or not, that was the first event I ever went to. It was around this time. It was right around October, November. But bottom line, it was almost 2 years ago. And I look back to what has happened in 2 years. And I want everyone to think about on this call tonight, what can happen in 2016 just by everybody getting laser focused on Hope Day 2016. And really the vision is the company grows. You can see on uevolvcenter.com, you can see where all of the events are going to be held. I believe there's over 17 locations already listed. There's probably more, and there's going to be, I'm sure, you know, much more. But the bottom line is, you think about how many people we can impact across North America just in, one time frame, a matter of 4, maybe 5 hours on a Saturday. It's absolutely, amazing what can happen. So the bottom line is this: Hope Day 2016 is January 9th. There's going to be locations all around North America, incredible things that will be announced. There will be incredible teachings, and what a way to come out in a new year and set goals and get in alignment, as Vince Pacente talks about, creating that buzz and really going after what you want in 2016. Because what can happen in a year, ladies and gentlemen, is incredible. And with the Hope movement, this is going to be the year that we look back on. 2015 really set things in motion, and 2016 will be the year of everything explodes. So I highly suggest getting that on your calendar. Like I said, 61 days away. We have so many things, so many good things to come throughout the end of this year, and that will be the event that kicks this thing off. So Nathan, back to you.
Thank you, my brother. Fantastic intel as always. So guys, look, let's have some fun tonight. Couple of things on the training side. I was talking to Tony, I was talking to Eric today, and they said, look, when people ask me what I do for work, what do I say? When people ask me, Eric, I want to do some research, right? I want to do some more intel on this thing before I make a decision. What do? Last thing is, when you have a cold contact, right? You just met somebody, there's a connection, maybe a waitress, somebody who sold you a ring, maybe somebody who sold you your last BMW. How do I book an appointment with somebody like that? So that's the training part for tonight. So Tony, if you're available and you're still within my voice, I know you're crushing it tonight, but you want to pop back in. Let's role play this really quick for people, Tony. So Tony, when people ask you what you do for work, what do you say?
Well, Nate, it's a great question because I get that a lot, because I'm driving a nice car, I'm dressing nice, I'm not working all these different jobs while I'm in school, and I don't look that stressed, right? People with these racking up these student loans, so I get that question a lot. But one of the first things I say is, well, have you heard of the Hope movement? And usually people will tell me, well, no, what is it? And that's what I say, well, so I can best tell you what I do. What would you want to improve about your life if you could change anything? And then they'll tell me, whether it's with their health, whether it's with their finances, and it usually falls into one of those two categories, or it's time, or, I wish I could volunteer more, or, hey, I wish I could give back more, or I wish I could spend more time with my kids, or I wish I could, God, I need to lose 20 pounds, or it's a paycheck right now. So somebody's going to tell me Hope movement to them. So they say, hey, Tony, what do you do for work? Have you heard of the Hope movement? Most people will say no. And I ask, well, what would you want to improve about your life? They tell me. And then I say, well, I actually help people do that. So is that something that you'd like to improve right now? Or are you not looking to change that yet? And then someone will either tell me, yeah, they're looking to change that. And then I set the appointments, or they'll tell me, no, I'm not looking to change that yet. And that's somebody that's not looking. We're not looking for those people. Here's another thing I do. Somebody asks, well, Tony, what do you do? I bring up a problem that's a very obvious problem. I say, well, you know how it's just so hard to get healthy now? And people are like, yeah, I don't have time to work out. I can't afford to eat healthy, right? So I bring up an obvious problem. You know how? And then there's the problem. You know how it's so hard to eat healthy and afford it now? And they say, well, yeah. I say, well, I help people do that. And I get paid to help people do that. And then they're going to either be interested and they're going to ask another question, or they're going to say, oh, cool. And if they don't ask you anything, then that's a soft no. They don't want to hear any more about it. Here's another one for a business invite. Hey, Tony, what do you do for work? Well, hey, you know how it's getting extremely hard for people to retire? We know Social Security is not going to be around. You know how all that's happening right now? And they're like, yeah, I'm thinking about that too. They're like, well, I help people develop more streams of income so they're not so worried about when they're going to retire. Or, I say, hey, you know how it's hard to save money nowadays? You feel like you're paycheck to paycheck all the time? Yeah, I feel like that all the time, Tony. Like, well, I help people make a couple extra $100 a month. And by doing that, they're able to, start setting up a retirement plan or make things easier around the house. So it starts with, how you get the problem, and then you're the solution to the problem. I help people fix that. I help people get healthier. I help people get healthier simply. I help people make extra money, right? So a couple of different ways you can go about it. But Nate, that's usually what I say to people when they're asking me, and without saying too much, that's usually what I tell them about what I do.
Guys, absolutely loved it, Tony. And if you're taking notes tonight, which you should be, guys, I guess I'll let you in one of my secrets. I never get on these calls. I never show up to a training. I never do that. If anybody's ever been around me, I always have a notebook with me. I look like I'm part of maybe Linus and the Peanuts gang, right? Because I've always got a notebook with me. Because the strongest memory will never be anywhere close to the weakest ink, right? You can look back, oh, that's what Tony Morrow said. Guys, one of the keys to tonight, what Tony just absolutely crushed, was asking questions. I'll let you in on some intel. Whoever's asking the questions is always going to be in charge. Tony, what do you do? Hey, that's a great question. Let me ask, so I can preface it the right way. What are you looking to improve about this? Are you focused on this part of your life? Well, here's what I'm doing. So if I had a way to do that, my guess is you'd at least want to know about it then, wouldn't you? Right? And that allows Tony to book an appointment, right? You notice he's not, oh, you ever heard of Uevolvcenter.com, and we're going to put one left, one right. We're going to make $1 million together. We're going to go out and change the universe. People are going to think you jumped out of the bushes at them, rather than just asking them questions on what interests them. So guys, we've got what's called our Uevolv Daily Dozen. And if you look closely at this, one of the things that's on here is to set an appointment every day, to add to your list. That's part of tonight's call. Does it make sense? If you follow what Tony Morrow just laid out, you can add to your list very simply. If nothing else, you'll add to your list. Better yet, you'll book an appointment. So Eric, after you've done what Tony's done, right? You showed them a way to replace spending, get healthy, save money, all the things we do. They've tasted the product, and you can tell they're interested. As Ryan Chamberlain would say, hey, 0, you're out, 10, you're in. Where you sitting? Hey, I'm a 6. What would I have to do to help you be a 7? Well, Eric, I want to go home and do some research, and you've handled every objection. But the truth is, Eric, they're just at the end of the day, right? Look, I need some time, right? I need some time to process it. So Eric, tonight, I don't want you to handle the objection. I want for the people at home to know how Eric Knockleby as a diamond books the follow-up appointment to that.
Yeah, this is huge. So Nathan said something very interesting a little bit a couple minutes ago. He said, you have to ask the right questions to get the right answers. And whoever's asking the questions really is in control of the conversation. So let's think about that in this situation. If someone's telling me they like it and they're not ready to make a decision yet, again, that's not a bad thing, because some people, they're going to have to see it a couple times. And you know what? Is everybody going to get started? No, we know that. So here's what we do know. We know that if somebody sees it and they say, well, I'm not ready to make a decision yet, we know they're not ready to make a decision yet. So the worst thing I can do is to go back into presentation mode. I don't need to start talking about how good the fuel is and how great the comp plan is. And, what I do need to do is I need to start asking them in getting ways of what they need specifically, what more information that they do need. And how I do that is I'd say, Nate, based on what you saw, I know you told me that you were looking to feel better in the beginning. You told me that you do like the idea of an extra stream of income. I know you're not ready to make a decision right now. What specifically, do you want more information on?
Well, Eric, I'd like to sleep on it. I'd like to go through the website a little bit. I'd like to probably get some more details on the products. But here's the truth, man. I'm the person that if I like something, I always take 24 hours and sleep on it, brother.
Nate, that's perfect. No problem with that at all. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you our link, okay, to the products. That's what you said you wanted to see. I'm going to give you evolvhealth.com, better ingredients, which is on our Evolv Health corporate page.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? I know you said 24 hours. What are you doing tomorrow night?
I'll be free after 6.
Perfect. So we have tomorrow night at 7, there's going to be some people in this area, people of all, backgrounds, demographics and industries. People have had a lot of success in all different businesses and industries. We're gonna be getting together to have an event and just for people to get more information, hear some stories, meet some people, really see it again. In fact, you can leave your wallet at home if you want. I'm cool with that.
Yep.
Come see it and just get some more information. Does that sound good tomorrow at 7 o'clock?
Dude, that sounds fantastic.
Okay, perfect. So guys, right there, if you can book a meeting from a meeting,
Yep.
there's people that talk about, moving to the next exposure. It's that idea of instead of pressuring people and actually maybe even turning them off, you could say, hey, I know you said you wanted 24 hours. How about I call you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock? If you're sitting down with me tonight at 8 o'clock, I'll call you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and we can have another conversation based on what we talked about and what you'd said you wanted to have happen with the movement. I mean, things like that. So the goal is when you're booking a meeting from a meeting, to book a meeting from a meeting. Don't leave the presentation kind of up in the air, not really knowing what's next. Always lead to the next step. And a lot of times you need to tell them what the next step is. They may not know. That you may say something like, let's say Nathan says, hey, I want more information on the comp plan. Well, they don't know where that information is. So what my job then is to say, Nathan, I'm going to text you the link to the comp plan videos right now. Watch that tonight. You'll have it even tomorrow if you want to review. And then tomorrow night, in 24 hours, I'm going to call you and we can have another conversation about the comp plan. And then what a perfect way for me to get a 3-way call lined up, a third-party endorsement with somebody who, in my upline who I think would have a great input on the compensation plan. So that's how we can move them to the next exposure and really share the information without jumping out of the bushes like Nathan said, but also booking a meeting from a meeting.
Love it, Eric. Eric, give me the same objection. I'll give it, because everybody likes to say different things. Let me give them another perspective.
Yeah.
So Eric, I went through all your objections, right? And you're going, hey man, I just, give me a couple of days of process. Let me go through the links, right? Hit me with some of that kind of verbiage and I'll hit the ball back to you.
Nate, I really like it. I need to go home tonight and share with my significant other because I need to make sure that they're on board and that they support me and that, the $1,200 for the elite kit and the max score that I want to get tonight, need to make sure that they're on board with that.
Dude, brilliant. Got it. And I love it because that's exactly what I would want you to do. Eric, let me ask you a couple of questions. First one would be this. If your gal was here right now, affectionately, right, she's not here, what would she pick? Would she pick weight management? She toning up, trying to lose a couple of pounds, more energy? Does she have aches and discomfort? I mean, what's your gal working on for her right now already?
Yeah, definitely toning up, getting rid of the stress and anxiety and just feeling good throughout the day.
And do you feel that she'd probably resonate with some of our hope message behind that, helping Emily's Place, Hope Foundation? She'd resonate with some of that as well, or do you think that'd be a hard pass for her?
I think she'd love it. I think she'd love the idea of, clean nutrition while, helping people with a purpose.
Love it. So Eric, feeling the way that I feel, and obviously feeling the way that you feel, I feel that if we showed this to her, that most likely she's going to like it. Or am I just way off base?
I think she'd like it.
Eric, who's the least qualified person on earth, being you just saw this, to show this to her?
Well, probably me and people who haven't seen it before.
So Eric, does it make sense that, she may want to even connect with my wife, Jen? What do you guys got going, say, tomorrow night?
We're working, we're taking the kids to practice, we're picking them up, bringing them home. After that, nothing.
Here's the logical thing to do. Either tonight or tomorrow night, you pick. Jen and I will free up our schedule because this is important. Jen and I'll come over. We'll have her sample some products. And again, tell her to leave the purse in the car, right? The goal isn't to get her to do it. The goal is to get her the information.
Yep.
Let's get her the information the right way, because if she likes it, right, she'll want to get started. If she doesn't like it, Eric, you'll figure out what's best A and B. But Eric, here's the truth. If she doesn't like it, is that enough where it's going to stop you from doing it? If she told you, Eric, this is great for you, but it's just not going to be for me, what would you say?
I'd still want to do it. I would want to know if she was on board, just to have my back and support me.
That's awesome, brother. Well, look, what works better for you, A or B, right? And guys, that's what we would do. We would set the appointment. We'd set the intention. And that's just another way to handle, right? Objections don't come to obstruct you. They come to instruct you. That's why an objection is. Let me give you another example. Guys, how do you book a cold market contact? Well, let's just combine what Eric and Tony said. So Eric, you be the guy who just sold Jen her brand new 7 series that goes 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. And I'll just be me. We've formed it, right? Family, occupation, recreation, message, or motivation. So I know these things about Eric. Does it make sense? Law of reciprocation. Eric's probably going to ask me what I do, right? So Eric, you be that person. And now I've asked you all these great questions about you. And now you're going to ask me questions about me.
Yeah.
So Nate, what do you do?
Yeah, Nate, love the car you guys just, you're leaving with. What do you guys actually do?
Well, Eric, that's a great question. Just so I can preface it the right way. What are you looking to improve about your health? You look like a stud athlete. I mean, are you trying to drop a couple pounds, drop body fat percentage? Do you got an old war injury? I mean, what's Eric working on for Eric?
Yeah, I got a couple concussions that I dealt with in the past, hip replacement, and I also just looking to feel better and have more energy after working hard at BMW to get to the gym.
Well, look, man, obviously we've been working on the car here together. If I had a way to do those things, would you want to know about it, or would it be a hard pass?
I definitely want to know about it.
And look, man, I'll ask you one last question. Do I have enough credibility with you to share with you 30 minutes of something I'm excited about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Eric, do you ever look for other ways to make money, or do you got too much?
Well, I mean, I keep my ear close to the ground. It just depends on what it is.
Look, man, we're doing the car deal,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not going to jump out of the bushes at you.
Yeah.
Let me put some materials together. There's a big company coming to the area. I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm going to introduce you to my friend Tony Morrow. He's the guy running the project.
Sure.
I think we've found a way to make some money together, but only if you like it.
Sounds good.
Guys, this is where you have to be organized. I pull out my calendar, my sweet little, actually, it's in my pile of goodies here. It fell over. My Uevolv calendar, boop. Eric, what works best for you, this or this? We book that appointment on the spot, right? You've heard what Tony said. You've heard what Eric said. Hey man, I'll get back to you in a couple of days. I don't think so. Book that appointment on the spot. That's how you can cold contact. So guys, last thing, housekeeping. As we're filling out these daily dozen go-getter cards, right? As we're doing that together, there's going to be points associated with that. So here'd be an example. If you go to under the experience, Uevolv, right? Pull it up on my phone. If you go to that, there's going to be points associated and time associated with all of those. Let me give you an example. A qualifying activity here, like, are you going to eat in the next 30 days, right? Probably everybody on this call is going to. So that's like completing our monthly go-getter program, right? This is completing it. If you look at Uevolv Gold and you're on it 3 months in a row, there's a point value where you can get 4 points toward the next trip just for doing what you should already be doing. Let me give you another example. Hope Day attendance. Guys, Minot, North Dakota, Ohio. I mean, when Eric and I, Joel, Brian, and Danny Morgan got started, there wasn't a Hope Day. Now there's Hope Days, right, in multiple. I mean, Briggs down in Florida, Ryan Chamberlain, Eric Golden down in Dallas, Texas, California. I mean, Eric said there's 17 locations this year. It's exciting. So how about join the Black Friday special? Wouldn't you like, Eric, would you think everyone wants to know what the Black Friday special for Evolv Health is going to be? What if we told you what it was going to be tonight and somebody on your team wasn't on this call? Wouldn't that be interesting? So guys, 1, 2 free, bring on a new member with a pro kit or elite kit. Sponsor a new member with basic pro or elite. Complete Hope Giver, Hope Maker. Tony laid that out. How about Emerald Anthony Sauls just went Emerald on my team. Oh my gosh, I just went point value for that. And guys, I talked to Craig Smith personally today. He's reviewing the point tracker right now. He and Justin White, the point tracker most likely is going to be live this week. And you notice this is all based on activity. It's all trackable. Doing just these simple daily disciplines. Eric, should we double the first 10 points that these guys get?
I don't see why not.
Okay, so look, I talked to Craig Smith. If you were at Go Diamond Weekend, you heard this live. I'm going to give you a nugget tonight. you get 10 points in our system in any way, shape, or form. Not 9, not 8, not 7, 10 points. The company is going to give you 10 additional points at no charge, but you got to have this stuff completed by November. It's been going on since Go Diamond Weekend. So everything you've done, if you qualified 1, 2 free, it's all points toward the next experience trip. And where will it be? Well, we get to decide this time. Eric, where are you thinking? Are you thinking Cancun? Are you thinking Whistler? Are you thinking Puerto Rico?
Well, I asked everybody today, and check out my Facebook. It's on there. I posted 3 pictures of them, and they're all incredible. So I won't be upset about either of the picks. I'm voting Puerto Rico.
Well, you know what, guys? Here's the fun part. When's the last time your boss called you and goes, hey, when do you want to go? What do you want to do for doing your job today, Eric? Do you want to go to Whistler? You want to go to Puerto Rico? You want to go to Cancun? That doesn't happen. It happens here in the Hope Movement. Next year, aggressive expansion, but it's going to start now. Focus 16. You heard Tony talking about this. Get your airline ticket, get your ride booked, however you want to get down there. If you want to ride a bicycle down there, whatever you want to do, but set your intention that you're going. And life will never be the same again. Uevolvcenter.com/live for the playback of tonight's call. Guys, we'll see you at the top. Bobby, that ends the call.